13 cities. Santa Clara County, also known as Santa Clara Valley, you know it as Silicon Valley, right here in my hometown. Some markets are cooling, some are on fire, and one stat will stop you cold. Real data, real experience, real market intelligence. I'm Pat Kapowich, where I break down the numbers that I've been tracking for decades. Now I'm sharing them with you. 13 cities. Let's go. Alphabetically. Campbell was incorporated in 1952 and covers just 5.8 square miles in the heart of Silicon Valley. Home to approximately 44,000 residents, Campbell is known for its walkable downtown, farmers market, Los Gatos Creek Trail, and the Prune Yard Shopping Center, built on what was once a working prune orchard. January 2026 data from the California Association of Realtors for the city of Campbell. Median price, $1,980,000, up 11.5% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 11, up 83.3% compared to January 2025. Active listings was 17. That was up 325% compared to January 2025. Medium days on market, 6 days. Sale to list price ratio, 103.9%. The active listings that had a price reduction, 0. Campbell's median crossed nearly 2 million. Sales volume nearly doubled, and not one active listing took a price cut. 6 days on the market, this is a seller's market by every measure. January 2026 data for the city of Cupertino. Cupertino incorporated in 1955 and spans 11.3 miles up into the foothills of Santa Cruz Mountains. Population approximately 60,000. Home to Apple Inc. headquarters and De Anza College. Cupertino consistently ranks among the top school district. Median price, $3,740,000, up 16.8% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 11. Unchanged compared to January 2025. Active listings was 15, up 7.1% compared to January 2025. The median days on market, 7 days before a ratified contract. Sale to list price ratio, 102.9%. Active listings with reduced prices, 13.3%. Nearly $3,750,000 median and prices still climbing at 16.8%. Cupertino homebuyers are not negotiating, they are competing. 7 days on the market confirms it. Gilroy, January 2026 data from the California Association of Realtors. Gilroy incorporated in 1870 and covers 16.1 square miles at the southern tip of Santa Clara County. Population approximately 62,000, known worldwide as the garlic capital of the world. Gilroy hosts the annual Gilroy Garlic Festival, one of the largest food festivals in the United States. Median price, $1,050,000, down 5.8% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 16, down 33.3% compared to January 2025. Active listings, 46, up 9.5% compared to January 2025. Medium days on market, 18 days. Sale to list price ratio, 100%. Active listings with reduced prices, 19.6%. Gilroy is the most balanced market in the county right now. Prices dipped, sales volume dropped, and nearly 20% of active listings had a price reduction. If you are a home buyer with patience, South County is showing more options. Los Altos 2026 data from the California Association of Realtors. Los Altos incorporated in 1952 and covers 6.6 square miles. Population approximately 31,000. Known for its charming village downtown, top-rated schools, and proximity to Stanford University. Steve Wozniak, co-founder of Apple, is among the notable former residents. Median price, $4,720,000, down 13.9% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 3, down 62.5% compared to January 2025. Active listings, 21. That was up 50% compared to January 2025. Medium days on market, 65 days. Sale to list price ratio, 100.6%. Active listings with reductions, 4.8%. Los Altos, sales volume down 62.5%, inventory up 50%, yet the median price is still $4,720,000, and homes are selling over list price. The luxury segment is not crashing, it is moving slowly and selectively. Home buyers here are taking their time. Los Gatos, 2026 January home data from the California Association of Realtors. Los Gatos incorporated in 1887, one of the oldest cities in Santa Clara County, and covers 11.1 square miles up into the Santa Cruz Mountains. Population, approximately 34,000. Known for its boutique downtown, historic architecture, and the Los Gatos Creek Trail. Los Gatos sits at the base of the Santa Cruz Mountains. Median price, $2,480,000, down 6.9% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 18. That was down 25% compared to January 2025. Active listings, 59, unchanged compared to January 2025. Medium days on market, 10 days. Sale to list price ratio, 99.1%. Active listings that had a price reduction, 33.9%. Nearly 34% of active listings in Los Gatos had a price reduction, the highest price reduction rate in the county. Yet homes that are priced right are still selling in 10 days at 99.1% of list price. The message for home sellers here is clear. Pricing strategy is everything. January 2026 data from Milpitas. Milpitas incorporated in 1954 and covers 13.6 square miles, population approximately 80,000. Milpitas is a gateway city connecting Santa Clara County to Alameda County, home of the Great Mall, one of the largest outlet malls in Northern California, and a growing tech corridor along McCarthy Boulevard. Median price, $1,500,000, down 13.8% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 5. Unchanged compared to January 2025. Active listings, 10, down 16.7% compared to January 2025. Medium days on market, 13 days. Sale to list price ratio, 98.1%. The active listings that had a price reduction, 0. Low volume month in Milpitas, only 5 sales. The median price dip of 13.8% compared to January 2025 is likely a reflection of the small sample size rather than a true market decline. 0 price reductions on active listings. Watch for the coming months here before drawing any conclusions on Milpitas. January 2026 data for Morgan Hill, thanks to the California Association of Realtors. Morgan Hill incorporated in 1906 and covers 12.8 square miles. Population, approximately 47,000. Named after Morgan Hill himself, whose family name once owned a large ranch in the area. Morgan Hill is known for its wine country character, mushroom Mardi Gras festival, and emerging tech sector commuter appeal. Median price, $1,490,000, up 8.2% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 22, up 4.8% compared to January 2025. Active listings, 27. Down 6.9% compared to January 2025. Medium days on market, 17. Sale to list price ratio was 100.5%. The active listings with price reductions was 25.9%. Morgan Hill tells a mixed story. Prices rising, sales volume growing, inventory shrinking, all positive signs, but 25% of active listings having price reductions, which tells you overpriced homes are being corrected. Homes that are priced right are selling at 100.5% of list price. January 2026 data for Mountain View. Mountain View incorporated in 1902 and covers 12 square miles. Population approximately 82,000. Mountain View is home to Google's global headquarters, the Googleplex, as well as NASA Ames Research Center, and the Computer History Museum, which just hosted a 50th anniversary for Apple Computer. It sits on the northern edge of Santa Clara County, bordering San Mateo County. Median price, $2,970,000, up 4.6% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 7, down 12.5% compared to January 2025. Active listings, 13, up 18.2% compared to January 2025. Medium days on market, 8. Sale to list price ratio, 114.1%. Active listings with price reductions, 0. Mountain View posted the highest sale to list price ratio in the entire county at 114.1%. Homes are selling 14% above asking price in 8 days with 0 price reductions on active listings. The Google effect is real. If you are a home buyer targeting Mountain View, bring your strongest offer. January 2026 data for the city of Palo Alto. Palo Alto incorporated in 1894, the oldest city on today's list, and covers 25.8 square miles, including shoreline and bay. Population, approximately 68,000. Home to Stanford University, the origin story of Silicon Valley, and some of the most influential venture capital firms in the world. Median price, $3,450,000, down 16.9% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 12, up 100% compared to January 2025. Active listings, 24, down 25% compared to January 2025. Medium days on market, 8. Sale to list price ratio, 103.1%. Active listings that had a price reduction, 8.3%. Palo Alto's sales volume doubled compared to January 2025, the strongest volume rebound in the county. Inventory dropped 25%, days on market held at 8, and homes are selling above list. The price decline of 16.9% compared to January 2025 reflects a different mix of homes that sold this January, not a market in free fall. January 2026 data for the city of San Jose. San Jose was founded in 1777, California's first civilian settlement under Spanish colonial rule, and incorporated in 1850. It covers 180 square miles, making it by far the largest city in Santa Clara County by land area. Population approximately 1,025,000. San Jose is the county seat, the largest city in Northern California, and the economic and cultural capital of Silicon Valley. Median price, $1,500,000, down 7.7% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 128, down 29.3% compared to January 2025. Active listings, 245, up 38.4% compared to January 2025. Medium days on market, 11. Sale to list price ratio, 100.5%. Active listings with reduced prices, 11. San Jose is the volume leader with 128 sales, far more than any other city in the county. Inventory is up significantly at 245 active listings, giving home buyers the most choices in the county. Homes are still selling at 100.5% of list in 11 days. San Jose in January 2026 is the most balanced and accessible market in Silicon Valley. January 2026 data for the city of Santa Clara. Santa Clara was established as a Spanish mission in 1777 and incorporated as a city in 1852. It covers 18.4 square miles, population approximately 130,000, home to Levi Stadium, home of the Super Bowl 50 and 49ers, Santa Clara University, and headquarters for Intel and NVIDIA. The city shares its name with the surrounding county. Median sale price, $2,350,000, up 31.2% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 18, down 10% compared to January 2025. Active listings, 23, up 76.9% compared to January 2025. Medium days on market, 8 days. Sale to list price ratio, 104.6%. Active listings with price reductions, that was at 17.4%. Santa Clara's median price jumped 31.2% compared to January's 2025, the largest year-over-year price increase in the entire county. 8 days on the market, 104.6% sales to list. When you see numbers like that alongside a 31% price surge, you are looking at a market with serious demand pressure. January 2026 data for the city of Saratoga. Saratoga incorporated in 1956 and covers 12.4 square miles, nestled at the base of the foothills of the Santa Cruz Mountains. Population approximately 31,000. Known for Villa Montalvo Art Center and consistently ranking among the wealthiest communities in California. Median price, $4,270,000, essentially flat, down 0.1% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 8, down 55.6% compared to January 2025. Active listings, 22, up 4.8% compared to January 2025. Median days on market, 58 days. Sale to list price ratio was 101.5%. The active listings with price reductions, 13.6%. Saratoga's ultra-luxury market is moving slowly. 58 days on the market. Sales volume down by more than half compared to January 2025, but the median price is holding at $4,270,000. And homes are still selling at 101.5% of list. Saratoga home sellers are patient, and they can afford to be. January 2026 data for my hometown, Sunnyvale, where we are broadcasting from. Here we are with a view from the Sunnyvale coast of the South Bay, looking at the East Foothills. Sunnyvale incorporated in 1912 and covers 22.7 square miles. Population 155,000, making it the second most populous city in Santa Clara County. Sunnyvale is home to major tech campuses including LinkedIn, Jupiter Networks, and AMD. Median price, $2,760,000, up 0.2% compared to January 2025. Home sales, 16, up 60% compared to January 2025. Active listings, 24, unchanged compared to January 2025. Median days on market, 10 days. Sale to list price ratio was 108%. Active listings with price reductions, 4.2%. Sunnyvale's sales volume jumped 60% compared to January 2025, the strongest volume growth in the county this month. Homes are selling at 108% of list price in 10 days with almost no price reductions. This is one of the most competitive markets in Santa Clara County right now. 13 cities, 1 county, January 2026. I've always looked at the market at 30,000 feet for the national view, the big trends. Then at 15,000 feet for the California statewide overview. From 5,000 feet, I'm looking at the 9 Bay Area counties, the Monterey Bay, the Central Coast. And from 1,000 feet right here in Santa Clara County, city by city. But when it's time to price your home, we go to ground level. If you are thinking of putting your home, your parents' house, or your grandparents' residence on the market in Silicon Valley, reach out. I am a pricing strategy advisor. For other home selling tips, check out my real estate website, SiliconValleyBroker.com, and my other YouTube channel, Pat Kapowicz Real Estate Protection. Until the next time, thanks for watching.